When it comes to romantic relationships, we often think it's all about love, chemistry, and finding the one. But what if there's more to it? What if our patterns of behavior, how we connect with others, are actually determined by deep-rooted psychological factors? In this video, we're going to uncover the powerful concept of attachment styles. Whether you're in a relationship or thinking about one, understanding your attachment style and your partners can radically change the way you relate to each other. Are you ready to learn how the way you were raised might be shaping your relationships today? Let's dive in. The origins of attachment, where it all begins. Before we get into the different attachment styles, let's first understand where they come from. Attachment theory, developed by psychologist John Bowlby, suggests that our early interactions with caregivers shape the way we form relationships throughout our lives. From the moment we're born, we begin to form emotional bonds. These early attachments, especially with parents or primary caregivers, teach us how to connect with others later in life. It's not just about love, it's about safety, trust, and security. Think about it. If you grew up feeling secure and loved, you're more likely to approach relationships with openness and trust. But if your early experiences were marked by anxiety or avoidance, it could impact the way you navigate intimacy and connection today. The four main attachment styles, how they impact romantic relationships. Now let's break down the four primary attachment styles and how they show up in romantic relationships. These styles aren't set in stone. They can evolve over time, but recognizing which one you identify with can help you understand your relationship patterns and make healthier choices in the future. 1. Secure attachment, the rock of stability. Let's start with the secure attachment style. If you have a secure attachment, you likely feel comfortable with intimacy and have a healthy balance between independence and closeness. You're confident in your partner's love, and you feel safe in the relationship. People with secure attachment styles are emotionally available and know how to communicate effectively. They're good at handling conflict, maintaining trust, and nurturing their relationships. If you identify with this style, you probably find that you're at ease with vulnerability and enjoy strong, stable partnerships. 2. Anxious attachment, the emotional roller coaster. On the flip side, we have the anxious attachment style. If you identify with this, you might constantly seek reassurance from your partner. You fear rejection, and when things aren't going perfectly, your mind may spiral with doubt. People with anxious attachment styles tend to crave closeness and might struggle with feeling neglected or unloved. If your partner withdraws or doesn't respond to texts immediately, you might feel an overwhelming sense of anxiety or panic. This can create an emotional roller coaster where you're constantly looking for validation and fearing abandonment. It's like when you text someone and then proceed to stare at your phone like it's a ticking time bomb. Why haven't they replied yet? Am I being ignored? We've all been there, right? It's exhausting. But the good news is you can break the cycle. 3. Avoidant attachment, the emotional fortress. Then there's the avoidant attachment style. If you've ever been with someone who seems distant or emotionally unavailable, they might have an avoidant attachment style. People with this style often prioritize independence and can have difficulty getting close to others. Avoidant individuals may struggle to express their feelings and often avoid deep emotional intimacy. They might pull away when things get serious or dismiss emotional needs. In relationships, they often need space, and they might feel overwhelmed by too much closeness or emotional expression. It's important to recognize that avoidant behavior doesn't necessarily mean someone doesn't care about you. It often reflects a fear of being too vulnerable or dependent on someone else. 4. Fearful-avoidant attachment, the push-pull dynamic. Last but not least, we have the fearful-avoidant attachment style, also known as disorganized attachment. This one's a bit trickier because it's a combination of both anxious and avoidant traits. People with this attachment style often feel torn between wanting closeness and fearing intimacy. They might crave love and attention but simultaneously pull away when they get too close. It's like living in a constant push-pull dynamic. One moment they're all in and the next they're emotionally distant. This style often stems from early experiences of inconsistent caregiving, where love and support were unpredictable. It creates confusion in relationships, leading to difficulty trusting and feeling safe in intimacy. Ever been in a relationship where it felt like you were on an emotional roller coaster? One minute everything's perfect and the next it's like they're avoiding you like the plague? It's not you, it's the attachment style. How attachment styles influence your relationship. Breaking the cycle. Now that we know what each attachment style looks like, let's talk about how they influence your relationship dynamics. Understanding your attachment style and your partner's is key to creating a healthier, more fulfilling connection. 1. Recognizing your attachment style, the first step to change. The first step in breaking free from unhealthy relationship patterns is recognizing your attachment style. Self-awareness is the game changer here. Once you know your tendencies, whether you're seeking constant reassurance, avoiding emotional intimacy, or pushing and pulling in relationships, you can start to work on healthier patterns. 2. Communication is key, strengthening the bond. For people with anxious attachment styles, the key is clear, open communication. Expressing your needs without fear of rejection can help alleviate anxiety. On the other hand, avoidants can work on becoming more vulnerable and open, allowing themselves to get closer to their partner. For fearful avoidants, creating a stable environment and developing trust is essential to break the cycle of emotional distance. Both partners need to be patient, understanding, and committed to breaking through the emotional barriers. 3. Seek professional help if needed, healing the root causes. If you find that your attachment style is causing significant issues in your relationship, seeking help from a therapist can provide valuable tools to heal and develop healthier attachment patterns. Therapy can help uncover the root causes of your attachment style and guide you in making positive changes. Conclusion. Understanding your attachment style isn't just about identifying problems. It's about unlocking the key to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. When you learn to recognize your patterns and take action, you can break free from toxic cycles and create a love that's based on trust, communication, and mutual understanding. So, what's your attachment style? And how can you use this knowledge to strengthen your current or future relationships? Remember, the first step to change is awareness, and you've already taken it. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're interested in more relationship insights, don't forget to hit the bell so you won't miss out on future content.